campus. We are carry the land from campus. Come on, tell me what I want. Campus connection, tell me what I want. Campus connection, and that's a one from campus. Young people are got hard from campus. Come on, tell me what I want. Campus connection, tell me what I want. I want to know everything, got to get your interviews. Yeah, where them a tell you education news. Sit down and listen, have nothing to lose. Plus, you know them must bring something for you. Word of the day, that is something for your use. Bread of life, that I know my food. Plus, campus, you now make it go on to me road. Cause that's what campus. We are campus. Campus connection, yeah, that's a one. Campus connection, and that's a one from campus. Young people are got from campus. Oh Lord, that's a one. Campus connection. Oh no. Let me tell you, say I love it.
That's right. That's right. It's Campus Connection. Yes, you are now inside the real program that we all like so much. It's Campus Connection. And guess what? I'm Stevenson. That's right, Stevenson Samuels. And this program was designed for all things school, okay? And, well, you could say all things school and all things cool. How does that sound? Am I not cute? Okay. And all things also young people. And so we're here to give all that they need, or all that maybe we should say you need, because you're a student or a young person, or maybe you know somebody who is in school. This is your program also. This is all that you need to know and even need to tell us. So let's hear from you also. Let me just say welcome to all of you. If you are new around here, is it your first time on Campus Connection? Well, if it's your first time, we're so happy to have you. And maybe if you're a first time, you just like to go into the chat right now on our Facebook page or on our YouTube channel and just type in first time. All right? Just do that, Naman. Go right into Facebook or YouTube right now and type in first time. It's always a pleasure to share with you each and every single week in this capacity as host of this great program. Myself and Floyd, we have been doing it for many years, and we're just so inspired and motivated. Let me tell you one of the reasons why. Because at the end of the day, if we get the student thing right in Jamaica, if we get education right in Jamaica, I'm telling you that Jamaica is going to be a better place. We're going to have a greater foundation. So hey, let's just pump everything we can right into the student life and the student industry in this country. So I'm normally alone, or not alone, may I say. I'm normally with my co-host, Big Man Floyd. I don't want to hail him up right now, but Bridget, Floyd, we're friends for a long time. We're not only co-hosts, okay? We're also friends. But today, I am alone, riding solo. But let me tell you, I am journeying with every single one of you, and you're going to stay with me right until the end of the program. So, seeing that it's a new week, we know every hour and every day and every week, there is something that is newsworthy. And as new information arises, we are here to connect right with you and those who have the information. So today, coming up in the program, we will have all kinds of features. The first one is Word of the Day. Second, we have Education News and Bulletin with our new student partner of the month, Vanessa Faulkner. And she's head girl at the Magotty High School. Then we have Campus Tune. And so we have all the news that you need to know and all the tune that you need to hear, because Campus Tune is going to be giving us a new tune for this week. And then stay tuned for our great new innovative feature, 10-minute feature with the Office of the Children's Advocate of Jamaica, as we take a look at their free 24/7 child and teen helpline dubbed Safe Spot. Listen, you can't afford to miss it. And you think so we done? We just have come. You know the tune, you remember it? Students don't know it. You think so done? You think so done? Hey, Shauna K, Shauna K, Shauna K Power. I just want to hail you up right now. You're online and you're listening to Wagwan. Alvarine, respect. Me, your friend. You know that long time, Alvarine. And you're saying, good evening, Rev. Okay, Alvarine, good to have you. Hey, send a shout out. I'm going to hear say, or let me say you're there online, all right? So we want to hear from all of our friends right out there listening. Go and listen to Campus Connection right on our Facebook or YouTube channel. You can listen on the radio too. All of them kind of thing. You can even listen on your phone. You understand? You can make connection on the phone. All right. And then if you want to see me go on mad, you can go in one of them social media there and say, Pastor, I'm going with them things. So you think so we're done. And in our, you hear what we're having? Our Let's Talk About It segment is going to be very interesting because we're turning our eyes on final year students. Can you believe it? Final year students and the COVID-19 job market. That's going to be very interesting as we hear what are some of the innovative things that our young people are doing as they are now in their final year about to launch out into the marketplace. Listen, call up your final year students, let them listen and see if what they are doing is what these young people are doing. And even those who are in third year or going into the penultimate, they are in the penultimate year, that's right, and they're about to go into final year. They need to listen because we don't know when COVID are done, of course. So we want them to hear also what are some of the things that persons are doing now. They can add those to their strategic actions for next year. So we're going to connect with a few final year students who will share with us how they are navigating final year exams and things and the transition to the marketplace. Also to come this evening inside the show, our testimonial feature, you know it very well. I chose Christ, you should too. I think that this really adds a kind of spiritual dimension, keep us on track, just allow Christ to be the center of the program. You will want to hear that testimony from one of our student partners. Also to come, in the program, we want you to connect with us so that you will be also a feature of this program. We don't only want to make it centered around those people who have engaged, but we also want students who were not contacted, but you want to participate, to be an integral part of the program. Link with, and you can do that through our WhatsApp line, 876-997-3125. That's 876-997-3125. And you can also make contact with us on our Facebook page or our YouTube channel. So be sure to connect with us. Come on, link me now. First timers, go up on the social media platforms and allow me to see you so that I can mention your name, okay? So that I can pick you up. And listen, if you're engaging us from foreign, why don't you link us to and just tell us where you link we're from, okay? And then if you're final year, please just tell us some of the creative things you're doing to move or to transition from school right into the marketplace, right into the job market. We want to hear what you are doing and what you are thinking and how you are feeling. So right now, we come here talk so fast on the B1, we're going to take a break. It's a break time, ting-a-ling-a-ling, break time. We'll be back in a moment.
For you, word of the day, that is something for your youth. Bread of life, that I know my
Mikey, where you go with your old 3310 phone and your digital cap?
Digicel give enough cash and prizes if you show them your old Digicel things them and solve clues. Join the DigiHunt Pump Bip from now until June 25th. Join our DigiHunt for a chance to win daily cash and prizes. Just solve the clues on Bit Messenger and share a photo or video of your Digicel item for a chance to win. Don't have a smartphone? Look out for an SMS. Then show up first at a redemption store to claim your prize. At DigiHunt, Digicel, made in Jamaica. They are since 2001. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act.
Life comes at you fast and it can hit hard. Apply for the Credit Union Prepaid MasterCard from C&WJ with chip and PIN protection. Need a card with a personal line of credit for emergencies? We have that. Need a card you can use to shop online for that must-have item? We have that. The community and workers of Jamaica Prepaid MasterCard. All the convenience of a MasterCard. Discover the benefits of belonging.
Wait! Don't cancel your event. Stream it live instead. Let Emerge Multimedia help you share your content live. Emerge offers live video streaming via multiple platforms in high definition. Facebook, YouTube, Zoom, Instagram, and more. You name it, we've got you covered. Emerge Multimedia. Call us today at 876-810-2451 or email us emergemultimediajm@gmail.com. Emerge Multimedia, streaming live worldwide.
Everyday living, we make it worthwhile. Real people, real value. Oh, what a style! From kitchen to bathroom, a whole heap of tile. Home and things for everyday living. Nice up your home, fix up every room. Shop every day, shop real value. Fixtures and faucets to catch your eye. We have the options, we have the style. Everyday living, so versatile. Real people, real value. Oh, what a style! Lowest price guarantee on everything you see. Home and things for everyday living.
The Jamaica Customs Agency continues to ensure the viability of Jamaica's economy and has instituted several trade facilitation measures for the export sector, including processing of export declarations upon submission, removing the need for dock receipts, rolling out the electronic export manifests for shipping lines, piloting the AEO Exporter Program for compliant exporters, spearheading the electronic single window for trade J-Swift project, and collaborating with other entities to implement the paperless exporter registration process and online payment services, as well as removing the need for licenses and permits from certain items. Exporters, we value your contribution. Let's keep the wheels of trade turning. Jamaica Customs, keeping our customers in focus.
Oh, Lord, that's a one. Campus connection. Oh, no. Let me tell you, say, I love you, I love you,
Right. You're inside Campus Connection. That's what our jingle just said. And we are on the family station. That's why this radio program or this radio station is so very important. It's really very wholesome for the entire family. This is Love 101, the family station. And I'm Stevenson Samuels, and with me, or not with me today, but I still want to make mention of my co-host. I'm missing him so badly, Floyd Wilson. God bless you, Floyd. Can't be here today, but we look forward to having you next week. It's now time, ladies and gentlemen, for the word of the day, a word that will build your vocabulary and cause you to have more articulate conversations in the future. And our word of the day today is
ergophobia.
That's right.
Ergophobia.
Correct. The word for today is ergophobia. Ergophobia. Okay? And that's ERGOBHOBIA. Ergophobia. All right. And can anybody tell me right now what is ergophobia? I know. Let me tell you. I must confess. It's the first. If you know what is ergophobia, just write it in the chat right now and let me see. And if anybody knows how to spell, not how to spell, but what is the meaning of ergophobia? Do you know it's the first time hearing this word? And I want you to tell me what you think about this word when I give you not the pronunciation, but the meaning of ergophobia. Anybody can tell me what it means? Well, ergophobia, ladies and gentlemen, this word would not even be in the dictionary. And if my father had his way, this would not be a word, okay? Ergophobia is an abnormal fear of work. Excessive fear of work. In other words, I'm afraid of work. And it is a genuine, authentic, psychological disposition that I have. A real fear of work. Now I want you, tell me on the WhatsApp or on Facebook or on YouTube, tell me if there is such a phenomenon or as a fear, a genuine fear of work. Now listen is that. That's what my parents used to say. because it seemed if I had ergophobia back in the day. You think me could I tell my father, say me have ergophobia? Yo, Daddy, I have ergophobia. You need to take me for help for the therapist. You mad? It would have been a serious thing. Listen, if you have an opinion on ergophobia, let me just find out what is your thought on ergophobia, please, so that we can just find out how to deal with it and how to treat it. Okay, so let me find out what your position is on ergophobia. Well, it's a brand new week, so we got some brand new stories. It's time now for education news and our bulletin. Our education news is brought to us by our student partner for the month of May, none other than the head girl at the Magotty High School, Vanessa Faulkner. Over to you, Vanessa.
Hi, welcome to Education News here at Campus Connection. I am Vanessa Faulkner. The United Nations Children's Agency, UNICEF, is urging the Barbados-based Caribbean Examination Council, CXC, not to proceed with this year's Caribbean Examination Certificate, CSEC, and Caribbean Advanced Proficiency Examination in their current form, given the impact of the coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic. In a statement, UNICEF said that it is concerned over the decision by CXC to maintain the upcoming CSEC and CAPE for students as currently designed. UNICEF is calling on CXC and the Ministers of Education to adjust the content and administration of these exams in line with recommendations provided by the Caribbean Union of Teachers to ensure that the region's school students are not further disadvantaged. In other news, Prime Minister, the Most Honorable Andrew Holness, says that the government is looking to provide technology devices to more than 500,000 students in the education system. He said that so far, some 124,000 tablets have been supplied to the education system. He noted that in addition to provisions made for students underpass, needing non-pass students are receiving support under the Own Your Own Device initiative. This involves the provision of $20,000 towards the purchase of a new laptop or tablet to 36,000 families. The Prime Minister also informed that some 16,000 tablets have been contributed under the One Laptop or Tablet per Child initiative through the generosity of the private sector and the persons from the diaspora. Mr. Holness implored the students to use the devices wisely and for the purpose for which they were given. And that's all the news we have for you today inside Education News and Bulletin this week. Be sure to tune in next week for more news updates. I am Patricia Faulkner, your Education News Bulletin for the month of May. Thank you.
That's right. So there you have it. Our education news for today was brought to us by Vanessa Faulkner, who was our student or still our student partner inside Education News for the entire month of May. Vanessa, we really want to say a big thanks to you for your dedication and time. And it was really a pleasure having you inside the show every Tuesday for May. This is really very, very good of you. And we're wishing for you all the best in your endeavors, in your exams, and whatever else after. God bless you, Vanessa.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me.
Yes, yes, yes. And we want to just highlight the fact that, there is just a lot of talk about CSET these days, and the UNICEF is weighing in on that also, talking about the content and the design, just not appropriate at this time. Wow. Well, let's see what the CSEC persons will be saying about that. I'm sure that they will give some kind of answer and response to that in the future. Thanks, Prime Minister. 500,000 devices to be rolled out in support of our students over time. And the own your own devices, $20,000 to give to homes in order to acquire one of these. This is very, very good. We want to say a big thanks to all the private sector companies and so on. Churches too, I'm telling you, many churches have given devices. Thanks to all of you that are supporting our students. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we continue in our conversation in this program that we are having, we want you to know that the COVID-19 has really caused an unprecedented economic downturn, not just in Jamaica, but the world. Despite the recession, some industries like the healthcare and IT, they have increased hiring. Employees are getting jobs in these sectors, and employers continue to look for soft skills such as adaptability, teamwork, communications, and so on. So while most economists agree that the economy has stages and that even the current recession is only temporary, nobody really knows just how long this particular downturn and the pandemic itself will last. What will your future job search experience be like? Well, how can you stay motivated in a tough job market? These are some of the questions that we want to ask. So today, we're going to chat with some final year university students about the COVID-19 job market and what their perspectives are as they look to the future. Are jobs available? If yes, are they having any regrets for their field of study? And you know, today they are talking in many universities. The big argument is, what are you doing? Is your area of study and your field of study something that is marketable? And marketability is a big, big thing that is being spoken of today. Well, we're going to have some conversations around that in our Let's Talk About It segment. All right, and that's coming up very, very shortly. But right now, we're just going to switch and go into campus tune mode. And the campus tune today is from Lauren Dango. You say, or Deagle, or I don't know the pronunciation of this, D-A-I-G-L-E, Deagle. Well, let's say it's that. You say, let's have the music, big tune. Well. Great music right there coming to us on this great station. That's a big tune. I like it very much. It's time now for our 10-minute feature for today with the Office of the Children's Advocate of Jamaica as we take a look at their free 24/7 child and teen helpline dubbed Safe Spot. We have Mrs. Dan Gordon Harrison, our Children's Advocate. So very good to have her on with us. And she's from the Office of the Children's Advocate, as well as Mrs. Mariam McIntosh, and that's McIntosh Robinson, who is VP at PSOJ and Chair of the Human Capital Development Committee. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you for having us. Good to be here.
Right, and that's who just answered and said thank you for having us.
Yes. Hi, this is Mariam Robinson, and just want to confirm as well. This is Mariam.
Say that again.
Yeah, this is Mariam from the PSOJ. Hello, Pastor Samuels and Mr. Wilson. I just wanted to confirm that Diane is trying to welcome the whole series. It's just having difficulties. I'm not hearing.
All right, that's fine. But it's good to have you on. And
it's great to be here.
I gather that you are chair of the Human Capital Development Committee, and that just pricks up my ears because human capital development is really an interest of mine from my university days. You want to tell me
Yes,
what Human Capital Development Committee does with, is that with PSOJ?
yes, absolutely. So the private sector organization of Jamaica.
Right. And in my
Yes,
mind, human capital development is one of the most significant
right.
aspects
Sorry,
of a nation's development.
I was hearing an
What
echo.
is
Yes,
human
the
capital?
private sector organization of Jamaica is organized across a number of focus areas. Human capital is a key one. And the primary reason for that is that our human capital in our country is one of our most prized assets, which will drive long-term economic growth and social
Right.
as so for us, we believe at the PSOJ, just like for other committees, this is a key area of focus for us. And we were just so pleased last year when the pandemic was unfolding and we didn't know how long it would last and how deep it would be. We could see the immediate fallout on our children and our youth. And these are, when we think about human capital for businesses, we usually think about adults and people who work for our firms now. But when we look forward 20 plus years to Jamaica, it's very important for us to also be advocating and supporting our youth. So we at PSOJ had thought about doing a helpline and we called OCA and they were already working on a helpline. And our former CEO connected with UNICEF. And so the three organizations came together and put the planning in place over the last year to launch the first helpline, children and teens helpline in Jamaica. Hello?
Now, those kinds of collaborations are very, very powerful for national development. And so we want to just commend you and your organization to take the step of saying, I can't do this alone, but if I engage other entities, then definitely that is going to be a benefit. Tell me something though. You're talking about safe spot for teens and children. What makes a safe spot so safe? How can I guarantee that safe spot is truly safe for me to use and engage?
Right. So exactly is it Pastor Samuels I'm speaking with or Mr. Wilson?
I'm Stephen C. Samuels.
Oh, okay. All right. Good to hear you, Samuel. So the first step is to have the right partners. And so the Office of the Children's Advocate and UNICEF are experts in dealing with children. But UNICEF actually brought on board Child Helpline International that launched helplines in over 100 countries across the world. And so the reason why, and we wanted to make sure that we implemented this child helpline with best practices. So it's a confidential service. It's 24/7. It's available to all teens, children in Jamaica, anyone under the age of 18. And you can access us through many different media. So there is the phone, 1-888 Safe Spot, but there's also on Instagram, Safe Spot JA, it's the same handle, on Snapchat, and you can also WhatsApp us. So we were very clear about ensuring it was accessible. And the persons who are manning the helpline are trained both by our international experts who provided some of the content, as well as our local experts. And our Office of the Children's Advocate was very involved and led the training and the selection. We had over 500 persons interested. And so it really speaks to just the talent we have in Jamaica, wanting to give back and serve in this way. And we're only happy to be able to create this medium to provide the link between those who can assist our youth and the youth as well. And just one more point I wanted to make about this is what we realized is that before COVID, we almost took for granted the fact that we have our support structure to our friends and guidance counselors, etc. So if there's an issue bothering us, we can reach out to someone. With COVID and the restricted movement and the online schooling, it has removed some of those support structures. And so sometimes children have no one to turn to.
Absolutely.
Even counselors, I've had a breakup and I'm feeling down. So it's a counseling service, listening ear, children across the nation at any time, all day, all week, 24/7, be able to reach out confidently.
Absolutely. No, just doing a check here. Mariam, it is you alone on the line, or there's someone else on the line?
Yeah, Diane Gordon Harrison, who is the Children's Advocate for Jamaica, and has been a key partner in leading and planning this initiative to get it off the ground. I know she was joining us this evening, so there may have been a technical difficulty. And I know our other partner, UNICEF, Jamaica, will be joining tomorrow, so perhaps she could join as well. But we're at the PSOJ, we're very fortunate to have UNICEF and OCA as partners in this initiative.
Fine. Let me ask you.
Will be operated by the OCA.
Yeah. Let me ask you another question then. When somebody calls, like a youngster, a teenager, or a child calls, would you mind just taking us on the journey from start to the final process quickly?
Yes, quickly. So when someone reaches out, whether again through data, so Instagram, Snapchat, WhatsApp, or they call the phone, we have what we call the role of an intake officer. So the intake officer will connect with the child and very quickly, through a series of initial questions, determine what the issue is that the child is experiencing. And then that child will be connected to either a guidance counselor, or if it's an even more a severe issue, to a psychologist. If it is something outside of the scope of what our helpline is, such as mental health, sexual and abuse, etc., that's where you have, say, 211, which is another helpline to come on stream to help children. We have a network of partners that we're working with, but first you'll make contact with the intake officer, and then you'll be referred to a psychologist or to a guidance counselor. What we've done, though, is we've put in, Samuel, actual technology so that we can make sure that we are measuring how quickly we're resolving, kind of picking up the phone, passing on the child to another live person, and completing that call, and if there's any follow-up required. And again, I want to just stress very clearly, it's confidential. Our media partners that are working with us on this, they've had to sign confidentiality agreements. And even I actually have no access to the information. But when a child is called in, we do track the data, because after the first phase of this helpline, which is really an 18-month helpline, we want to be able to say whether there's a need or not. And if there is a need, if it really has been utilized and there's truly a need in the country, which we believe there is, we then want to be able to share with our partners for further support beyond the 18 months. COVID has
very good.
Yeah, which is what has started this. Yeah. So we think that we may want to take this beyond the 18 months, and metrics data showing how we track and operate is important.
Good, excellent. Love the plan, love the system that you have put in place, because sometimes you have great ideas but weak systems and they fail, and so the whole program collapses. Let me ask another question though. You have many children in Jamaica. They have issues. Sometimes the most vulnerable of us, we have big issues, abuse, all kinds of things, but we have no credit. Suppose a child listening out there, no credit but need the help. Can Please Call Me work, or it doesn't work in this situation?
So SafeSpot does work, and I just want to acknowledge our telecom partners who came on board very strongly, both Digicel and Flow. But it's zero rated, so you should be able to access our site through data without any credit. So you should be able to reach us on our website.
Without credit?
Yes. Without any credit, yes.
What you're saying to me, this is amazing. Very good, excellent. I'd like to know how that technology works. But you're saying, if a child needs help, they can connect with you through your website.
Right, and through our handles as well, so through social media and Instagram and Snapchat.
Yeah, and that is without credit.
Well, what's the credit? So on the website you could. On the website you could. Yes.
Last question from me. Maybe you just want to say again, how can youngsters? I'm sure that there are thousands of them listening at this time. And for some adults who are listening who will want to help youngsters, how can we again connect with SafeSpot? Can you just advise us how we can make?
Yes, and please share the message, share the information. The youngsters can just call us on 1-888 SafeSpot, which is 1-888-723-3776, or they can just DM us at SafeSpotJA on Instagram and Snapchat. And they can also WhatsApp us, and that's 876-439-5199. That's anytime.
Excellent. And we want to just say a big thank you to Mrs. McIntosh Robinson, VP at the Private Sector Organization of Jamaica. Big position, big organization. And they're saying we're not just into making profits, but they're also into human capital development at the very basic level. Not how can you get big PhD degrees to become more marketable, but how can we engage the most vulnerable in our society for health and strength. Thank you very much, Mrs. McIntosh Robinson, for your support and the information that you have passed on today.
Absolutely. It's my pleasure. And thank you for having us.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. You heard it from the horse's mouth, as we'd say in Jamaica, but let's not use that analogy. Mrs. Robinson talking to us, VP, that's Vice President of the Private Sector Organization of Jamaica, and also very involved in the Safe Spot program. Please engage with young people, and let's just make youngsters more resilient in Jamaica today. We now go, ladies and gentlemen, to our Let's Talk About It segment, and we are now going to be having a conversation with Jamil Bailey, and Jamil Bailey is a final year student at the University of Technology and studying computing and information technology. And also we have with us Brittany and Brittany Ann Brown, and she's also a final year student, now not at the University of Technology, but at the University of the West Indies, Mona, and her area of study is accounting and management studies. And we also have Alicia Gordon, and Alicia is a final year student at the NCU, that's Northern Caribbean University. Area of study is communication studies with an emphasis on television production. Hey, listen, 3 big universities, we call it 3 the hard way. You understand? 3 the hard way. You see? And Jamil, we just want to hear you up. Where's Jamil? Who is Jamil?
Yes, I am Jamil right here.
Yeah, Jamil, big man. I studied big program computing and IT at University of Technology. My school. And what about Brittany Ann? Hi, Brittany Ann.
Hello, I'm here.
Good to have you also. And you're from UBA, my school too, you know. Yeah. Doing accounting and management studies. That's right. And how is Alicia doing from NCU? Alicia?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing good.
Nice. And good to have you with us. All right, so guys, we're talking today about being final year and transitioning into the marketplace. All right, tell me, Jamil, how has final year been for you?
As in completing final year, or just the entire schooling of final year?
The entire school year. How has it gone to include the completion of it?
Okay, thank you very much. Final year is, as you say, it's just a transitioning stage. It's where really noting or realizing that, okay, this is going to be the last draft. This is going to be where I finish university. All my schooling, everything that I have been doing, it's all going to be carried out. Whether I pass all my course or I fail, this will determine what will I do in the next following months, right? Which I always aim to say, okay, this is my final year. I'm not going to spend one more semester. I'm not going to spend one more year at university. I want to see myself going inside of the work world. So the entire year really is just me noting and say, okay, this is just a countdown. Soon I'll be unemployed and I'll be employed at an organization with God's grace and so forth. And so the entire year is really me pressing and noting the transition as I complete as I complete, right, my transition period is just really sending out my job application and hoping, intending for employers to really notice me and then get me an employment at their organization.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much, and great stuff there. You are very focused. You want to finish. You don't intend to go back. I've taken note of all of those things. You intend to finish strong, and that's very good. Well, maybe Brittany Ann, you can tell us how has the last lap, no, not the year, but the last lap, man. How has this last lap been for you?
Okay, thank you, Pastor Stevenson. My last lap has been very tedious. It took a lot out of me because of the amount of coursework that we had for our last semester. We don't normally have that amount of coursework, and so it really took some focus for me to get the GPA that I wanted, because my goal was always to graduate with a 4.0 GPA and I really close to it.
No, hold on, Brittany Ann, you want to graduate with that? You have GPA when you say 4.0.
Of course, the University of the West Indies GPA goes up to 4.3.
Whoa!
Right, and that is if you get all A plus.
Yeah, wow.
Right.
All right,
So
go on
my
top.
aim was a 4.0. I hope that I get it. I did all the calculations that I needed for these last exams so that I could get it. I have very high aims for myself, and so I wanted to ensure that I go hard. So I wanted to aim for the highest and get the highest. So I know that when I graduate and I look 10 years back, I can say that I did my best. So
Yes,
that is
very
all
good.
that I wanted. I want to know that I didn't lag, that I couldn't have done better. I wanted to know that I did my best. So my last stretch was very difficult, but I'm just hoping for the best by God's grace, that all those A's will come out, yes, in Jesus' name, and that I shall receive everything that He has for me. So that is my last
Excellent,
stretch of
excellent.
university.
Yeah, man. Very good. I mean, that's good. Excellent. I'm going to notice here a drop on the name of Jesus hard in the last lap.
In the name of
Call up the name,
Jesus.
yes, call up the name. Of course. Of course. Alicia, I don't know if you're calling up the name as much as Brittany Ann is, but tell me something. Uh, what does beyond university look like for you right now? You've done your program, and have you done your final exam already?
All right, thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you for that question. So, as a television emphasis, I would have been completing a lot of technical projects at the moment. So, it's not final exams for me because I'm actually in my final year. So, it's just executing a lot of final projects and executing what I would have learned during first year, second year, and third year. And honestly, what it looks like for me is that it is just transitioning into the technological age, because everything for media now is basically online. Everything now, we're sitting here, we're talking from our computer, so everything is online for me. Basically, I am coming through. I am coming through. And I tell my schoolmates that, hey, it's all about adapting. Tradition is good, but we need to adapt to the changes. So I'm basically adapting to everything right now that is happening around me to make the best of myself going out there in the working world and to work effectively.
Excellent. I love your positive outlook and your sharp understanding of what's happening with you at this point. Does that mean that you're job hunting now, Alicia, or you're kind of focusing on the completion of the program?
I am focusing on the completion. I have an extra semester to complete, but after that, I am basically putting myself out there for job hunting.
Okay, okay, very good, excellent, excellent. Hey, Jamil, am I pronouncing it right, Jamil?
Yes, yes, you're pronouncing it right.
Yeah, yeah. Have you started to job hunt as yet?
Right. Fortunately, I started to create my resume as of like January, February period, and then I just started to send out my job resume as of February, March period. And right now, I'm still sending out resumes, job hunting at the moment.
Okay, somebody like you know, Jamil, about how much letter you send out to look work?
Well, I really can't count because as I look on CaribbeanJobs.com, there are various applications, various companies sending out that they want persons to be employed, and so I just send to all of them. Each company, that even though they want experience, I can just send my application, see me, hoping that they note me, and then say that hey, I must still give him with these minimal experience that I have coming out of school.
Very good, excellent. I appreciate the kind of aggression that you are employing in sending out, letters and resumes and so on. Do you make a list of the companies that you send to?
Well, fortunately, Caribbean Jobs has the entire listing of the companies that I send applications to. So I don't have to be noting that I sent to this company or this company. It has all of the listing for me.
So they have provided you with that kind of list already. It seems as if you are using one channel to engage a
Well,
job.
Well, not that only. I also I'm on LinkedIn where I see various job application or various persons that wants jobs. So I use that medium in sending out applications. So I mainly use those two mediums as job searching. But there are other means that I am slowly going to adventure in getting jobs. You're muted.
Sorry about that. What about links? I mean, brethren and contacts and friend and them. You know them
Right.
thing. You're not in that kind of thing.
The rate at which society is at the moment, that's really the main gateway of getting jobs, right? I mainly did the official way. However, I sent a resume with probably two friends who I know he has access within the field at a company, and hoping to get response from them.
Excellent, excellent. We're talking to Jamil Bailey, ladies and gentlemen, and we're also having a conversation. And Jamil is from the University of Technology. We're also having a conversation with Alicia Gordon. She's from the Northern Caribbean University. And we want to thank one of our listeners, Kashina. That's Kashina James, talking about a powerful talk there. These youths know what they want. If they remain in Jamaica, our future is great. That's what I like to hear. If they remain in Jamaica, our future is great. Oh boy. But let me tell you something, Kashina. Them young people, them don't limit themselves to Jamaica. The globe is their marketplace. Okay. All right. So we have Brittany Ann also. And Brittany is from the University of the West Indies doing accounting and management studies. What about you, Brittany? Have you been job hunting already? When did you start?
Okay, so I'm actually an intern at a chartered accounting firm already. And so I've been working here for 2.5 years, where I just really want to get the practical of the theory that I'm learning in the university. And that has helped me a lot. So I would encourage the university students to get an internship job in their field because it definitely gives you an edge in the marketplace, right? So a lot of students want to know how are they going to make it after university. My advice would be definitely try and get some experience while you are doing your degree and don't wait until afterwards,
Hey,
right?
that's a
However, definitely, I am looking forward to working at my dream job, which is Price Waterhouse. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get there now, but that is definitely the goal, and also to teach part time at the University of the West Indies. Um, I've been sending out resumes to my lecturer, not necessarily to links, but to my lecturer, who is sorting out a job opportunity for me at a well-known accounting firm, right? So I'm just going with the stepping stones that are being placed before me, taking every opportunity as I get it, so that I can learn a little by little, and eventually I will get there. So that is my main goal. I look forward to it.
Hey, you know, Brittany Ann, you're very, very smart. You got yourself an internship. You have stayed with that internship for 2.5 years. I can't believe that. That's a long internship. And now you know where you want to work, and you are working hard for a 4.0 GPA, and that's first class honor. Hey, you see you do easy. You hear me tell you?
That's right.
I'm afraid of you.
To God be all the glory.
Watch out now, you're gone to the Jesus thing again, you know. Because you just not talk about Danny. Hey, congratulations. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Jamil Bailey, very good conversation with him. He's looking for a job out there in IT and computing. Very, very focused. Really appreciate you as a young man finishing a program. Trust me, Jamil, me big fan that. A young man done university.
Thank you.
Big. Yeah. And you know, I mean, yeah. I want to commend you. All the girls that are clapping on the platform.
Thank you.
Brittany Ann, go for that first class honors. And Alicia, I just want to encourage you to just finish strong. Make sure you do that last semester great, and just wheel and come. A big work out the road in a television company. We don't know if a general manager you'll get or what, but we look forward to great things from you guys. And Kachina says that if Jamaica keeps you, then Jamaica is going to have a great future. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. God bless, all right?
Thank you.
Thank you very much for having us.
Yes.
Thank you.
And now,
Thank
ladies
you
and
for having
gentlemen, we're going to the next. Oh,
Thank you for
yeah, you're
having
most
me.
welcome. And thank you for coming on. We really do appreciate it. You make the program very interesting, and it was great just having a conversation with three of you, all right? All right, so there we have it. Great young people in their final year and looking forward to the future. Even though it's a pandemic year, they don't care. They're thinking that, yes, they're going to have a great time. And so we pray for Jamil and Brittany Ann and Alicia as they enter into the world of work. Well, right now we're going to shift our focus a little. We're going into our new brand feature that we have, I Chose Christ, You Should Too. So listen and be blessed.
Ready to be do bada badang dang dang. Hey, where the student them see are. Where the student them see are. I want a one campus.
Hi, my name is Amali Valentine, and I am a student of the St. Andrew High School for Girls and currently a member of ISCA. Today I will be sharing with you guys my testimony on how Jesus found me this quarantine. You see, I was in this very same room. I was here and a thought just came to me and said, put on some worship music. And I did just that. I went onto YouTube and I found a couple of gospel songs and I began to play them and I sung. I was there singing like never before. And while I was singing, someone was there talking. Right? And it was so beautiful. I felt at peace, that level of stillness in which I had never felt before. Right? It felt so surreal. It was like I was born for this, you know. And after a couple of days, another thought came to me, and this thought was telling me to read the Bible. You see, I didn't know who the Holy Spirit was. I didn't know how God spoke to people. I didn't know it all. Right? It was all new to me. And so I thought it was just my thoughts. Then I realized as I started to read that it was God. And the more I read, the more I found out about who He was. And the more I found out about who He was, the more I found myself. Right? You see, before Him calling me to worship, I was just a girl who was broken, basically. It was just a mess. May I say, from that day in which He called my name, it has never been the same anymore. That I'm no longer the girl who was broken and had no purpose and was alone and had to, suffer from any form of depression, anxiety, be filled with worries. I was not that girl. I was more than that. I had purpose assigned to my name. I was more than what people thought of me. My validation didn't come from them, but it came from my Father. So yeah, Christ showed me that I was a broken girl in need of a Savior. And fortunately for me, that was Him. Fortunately for you, that is Him. And His blood is still the blood. So I chose Christ. You should too.
Ready to be do bada badang dang dang. Hey, where the student them see we are. Where the student see we are. I want to go on campus.
Oh boy, just listening to those stories, those testimonies week after week. Very, very touching. Every student, every teenager, they have a different story. And for some, those stories resonate with you because you understand what they're going through. For others, another story. But at the end of the day, it's just fascinating to see how God speaks to different persons in different ways, but all in their present and current situation. Thank you very much, Amoli Valentine. She's a student at the St. Andrew High School for Girls, and she's telling us how she chose Christ, and she's saying you should too. And that's how we put a wrap on this week's show. What a great program it has been. Wow, from beginning to end, from Word for Today, right up to I Chose Christ. Really just fascinating, just hearing the different twists and turns, seeing the different twists and turns of this program. Very exciting. And let me tell you, it's even more exciting having you on the journey. You stayed with us right throughout. We say thank you for joining us inside this week's episode of Campus Connection. Thank you for making it Campus Connection. And so I want to just say a big thanks to our producer, Tony K. Bromfield, and also to Roshane Douglas for technical support. We want to thank all those who joined us inside the show for today. Listeners, thank you also for joining us. And until next week, do remember to stay safe, stay sanitized, and please stay inside. I'm Stevenson Samuels. God bless you.